Hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Edwards with cookingwithkimberly.com, and today I'm bringing you a unique recipe that I thought of today, and it's for my friends at alphabetapie.com. They are an exclusive female community tailored to sophisticated, sexy, confident, trend-setting generation of women that are independent working women now. And what you can do is you can find a network there, you can go there and hang out with like-minded individuals, as well as they provide marketing and advertising, public relations, and they also have models and stuff like that. So go on and check them out. Anyway, this is for my people, and I created this recipe. It's called apple pie quick bread. So instead of making something like a banana bread, we're going to make an apple pie bread. And it's not just an apple bread. I'm trying to recreate somewhat of an apple pie flavor in this bread for something a little bit different. So shout out to alphabetapie.com. All right, guys, so what I've done is I've preheated the oven at 350 degrees already, and I have sprayed a loaf pan with nonstick spray. Done. Okay, great big mixing bowl. Pay attention because this is quick. Great big mixing bowl for dry ingredients, okay? What I've already done is I have 1 cup, just like this, 1 cup of saltine cracker crumbs. Now, a lot of times when you eat pies, they have instead of having a pastry crust, they have breadcrumb crust, right? Or a Ritz crust, or saltine crust, or something like that, Oreo even, graham cracker. Today we're doing saltine. So 1 cup of saltine crackers, you know those ones that get all busted in your box? Just bust them up in the food processor, or mash them up, hit them with a hammer or back of a knife or something, smash them up. So 1 cup of that, and 1 cup of all-purpose flour that I've sifted using a sifter or a colander. Okay, so that's all that's in this bowl right now is 1 cup of that and 1 cup of the saltine. Okay, I'm adding to that 2 whole large apples that I have washed, peeled, cored, and sliced into little chunks about this size. There you are. Dump that in the bowl. Okay. All right. Next, oftentimes, this is kind of an interesting secret ingredient today. Oftentimes when you're baking pie, you will add some tapioca, which the tapioca beads soak up any excess liquid in your batter or your recipe or your fruit from your fruit. So today I'm using apple, and apple is a very has a lot of liquid in it. It has a lot of water in it. So I'm going to use some of this tapioca. I'm using that little trick, and I'm going to try it in the bread. So I'm using half a teaspoon of tapioca, and that's it. You don't really need much. These are really hard and crunchy, and over the 40 or to 50 minutes that it's going to be in the oven, they're going to soften up, and it's not going to be an issue. So don't even worry about it. Next, we're going to add, I believe, a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Let's sift that just to be sure that there's no chunky things or anything weird. And baking soda, I'm adding half a teaspoon. Sorry, I just added half a teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm going to add more. I need 1 teaspoon and a half, which makes 2 teaspoons of baking powder. My bad. All right. There you go. Okay, here's my baking soda, half a teaspoon. And I'm sifting it again just to make sure that there's no weird things in there, any things I got in the box when they were manufacturing, or just hardened pieces, right? Which I have, so just bust that up. Okay, now what's apple pie without cinnamon, right? So cinnamon's going in. I'm adding 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon right into the dry bowl. There you go. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of just plain old white granulated sugar. There you go. And that's all my dry ingredients. So I'm just going to give this a quick toss here with a wooden spoon. Coat all the apple. Get everything evenly combined. Set that to the side. Next, we're going to do the wet ingredients. So I'm going to take a smaller bowl, make sure it's a flat bottom bowl so you're not like dumping your liquid everywhere. I'm going to put my eggs in first because that way I can make sure there's no shells that fell in. If a shell fell in, the best tool to use to get it out, which just happened, is the part of the eggshell. It actually has a magnetizing effect. If you've ever tried to get an eggshell out of a bowl with your finger or a spoon, you're gonna be mad because it just swims around away from you. But if you use the eggshell like I just did, it takes it right out. Cracking your eggs first always ensures that you don't have any shell in there. You can see it in the bottom of the bowl. Sorry, just running around, grabbing me a whisk. I'm just beating these up right quick. This is what a whisk looks like. Okay, next, you add 1/2 cup of water, or I use lukewarm tea. I always have tea around. I'm a teaaholic. It also imparts a little bit more flavor and a little bit nicer color than just plain old water. Okay, and then we're gonna add 1/2 cup of peanut oil. Now you can use canola oil or you can use vegetable oil if you want to, whatever you have. Just don't use like olive oil. It has too strong of a flavor. In goes. I think that's all my wet ingredients. Make sure, yep. That's that. So I'm just whisking that all together. Make sure it's evenly combined. And now I'm gonna add it into the great big dry ingredient mixing bowl, right? Okay, slowly but surely I'm gonna add it so you just don't have a big mess. Probably add half of a time at a time. Combine. Okay, in goes the rest. All right, so I'm just stirring it all. I'm going to show you exactly what the consistency looks like. We're going to make sure we have the right consistency, okay? It looks a little bit dry to me, and you just never know until you mix things up what the atmospheric conditions are going to be, or what the quality of your ingredients are going to be, or how much liquid content, or whatever. So you got to eyeball it. You got to just know what you're looking for. So I'm going to add a little bit more tea, maybe a tablespoon at a time. Stir it in. I want something that's a little bit runny. Bear in mind that these apples are have lots of water content as well, so don't overdo it either. That was quite enough. 1 tablespoon extra I used. Now use the recipe the way I gave it to you on the site, and then eyeball it from there. Now this is the consistency I'm looking for. It's a little more moist and just kind of falls, right? Okay, next, the only thing left to do is throw it in the loaf pan. Grab yourself a spatula so you can scrape the bowl. And you're gonna throw it in the oven. Now, you're gonna put it in the oven for 40 to 50 minutes. After 40, I would say 40 minutes, go on, take a look at it. You want it to be golden brown on the top, right? You're gonna need a metal skewer or a really sharp knife to put in the center. When that knife comes out or your skewer comes out and it is still wet, like it has moist stuff on it, put it right back in the oven for maybe another 5 minutes and do the same thing again. Don't poke it right back in the same hole though. Go ahead and make a new testing hole. Okay? If it comes out dry, it's ready to go. Take it out of the oven. In this goes. This smells awesome. All the cinnamon. Okay. Now quick breads, they're called quick breads because they don't have yeast in them. They're not like regular white bread or whole wheat bread that you would make, but it's still a bread. They're often made with fruits, right? Bananas, zucchini, carrot, apple, whatever. Okay. Get everything out of that bowl. Now I want you to spread this out thinly, well not thinly, spread it out evenly I should say, in your pan that's already sprayed. You can grease it with oil or you can grease it with butter. If you have spray, it's easy too. Okay. In it goes. I'll come right back to talk to you. Hold on. Make sure you set that timer, 40 minutes, right? Okay, so you're done. That's it. And that was in 9 minutes and 37 seconds after I yapped your ear off too. Okay, so that's pretty quick to make quick bread. Make sure you check out Alpha Beta Pie again. Shout out to Jules Bailey. And what else? Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Go on and like the fan page on Facebook. It's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. And make sure you check out the YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe. It's youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. Anyway, I hope you guys eat deliciously. I can't show you the end because I'm not going to make you wait around for 40 to 50 minutes. But I will show a picture on the website, okay, everybody? So I hope you have a great day. Ciao. Eat deliciously. Bye.